Welcome to How I Unfucked My Life. Yeah, I know, that sounds a little aggressive and offensive, but so is life, and we need aggressive solutions. So, let's get started. I'm Christine, and welcome to How I Unfucked My Life. Now, no one really talks about the days when strength doesn't feel strong anymore. Sometimes you're just out of fight. Do you ever feel like that? I know I have. You've been pushing, showing up, doing the work, putting in the time, doing everything right, and it still feels like life keeps swinging back at you even harder. You're tired. Not just physically tired, but deep down in your soul tired. Like there's not enough sleep that you could get to feel untired. And people say, just keep going, which is true. But what if you don't even know how to anymore? What if the part of you that used to be strong, that used to find a way, feels like it's gone quiet? And that's what I'm talking about today. How to find strength when you're completely out of fight. Not fake strength. Not everything happens for a reason strength, which it does, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the kind that's raw, ugly, and real. The kind that gets you up when no one even sees you struggling. You know that moment when you say, I can't do this anymore, or I can't. You feel like you have zero left. You can't struggle one more day. And why should you? You've kept putting in the effort and it's not getting any easier or better, so why bother, right? Well, let me tell you, I've been there. Oh, have I been there? More times than I care to admit to. And let me tell you something else. That moment doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been strong for too long. We all have that point where we feel tapped out, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You're still showing up, but inside you're running on fumes. And nobody sees it. They just see you functioning. Meanwhile, you're silently falling apart. You're screaming inside for help, and it doesn't seem like it's coming because it's not. And here's what I learned the hard way. Strength isn't about how much you can take before you break. It's about what you do after the break. So when you're at a fight, my advice, stop fighting. Yeah, I said it. You don't have to keep swinging at life when it's coming at you from every direction. It's okay to pause, to take a break, because sometimes everything just feels heavy. Not one thing, but everything. The schedule, the people, the job, the pressure, the noise, the relationship. It's like life dumped 100-pound weight on your back and said, keep moving anyway. And oh, by the way, here's another 50 pounds for you to carry, just for good measure. And for a while, you do it. You keep showing up. You keep pushing. But eventually, you hit the wall. Eventually, you wake up and wonder how the hell you're going to get through the day with all of this weight, where even the smallest thing feels like too much. And that does not make you weak. That makes you human. So here's your permission slip. You can stop for a minute. You can breathe. You can rest. You can put it all down. That's not quitting. That's regrouping. Like, have you ever had to carry something really heavy? And I mean physically heavy. And as you're carrying it, you have to stop and adjust how you're holding it, or maybe put it down for a minute so when you pick it back up, you have a better grip on it. Well, that's how carrying the weight of life works as well. That's how strength rebuilds. Not from constant motion, but from allowing yourself to pause just long enough to remember who you are underneath the chaos and to get a better grip on what you're carrying. Pretending you're fine while carrying the weight of the world, that's not strength, that's survival. And you deserve better than just surviving. And I will tell you, if there is one thing I know for sure, it's life is going to drop you to your knees. I guarantee it. Not once, not twice, but probably more times than we can count. And when it does, you're going to question everything. Your strength, your purpose, your worth, and even whether or not you want to get back up again. But being dropped to your knees doesn't mean you're defeated. It's the position you take right before you rise. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly where God needed you. Because sometimes the only way He can get your attention or remind you how strong you really are is to bring you to a place where all you can do is look up. And it's in that quiet, humbling place where you finally stop fighting long enough to listen. And that's where you start to remember your why. Why you get up every morning. Why you fight so hard every damn day. For your family, for your peace, for yourself, for the life you're building. That moment on your knees isn't weakness. It's where your strength and your purpose meet. It's where you stop trying to control everything and start trusting that maybe, just maybe, this fall is part of what's going to lift you higher. It reminds you even when you're out of fight, you're never out of purpose. When I hit my breaking point, I thought I was done. But somewhere in the middle of all the chaos, I realized something. Strength doesn't come from never falling. It comes from remembering who you are when you do. That little spark inside you, it doesn't die. It just gets buried under the disappointment, the stress, the fear, the guilt. And when you start peeling those layers back, even just a little, you can feel it again. You don't have to feel ready. You don't have to feel motivated. You just have to take one step, and then another, and another. Before you know it, you've gone farther than you ever thought you were capable. That's how strength rebuilds. Not all at once, but piece by piece. We've been taught that strength looks like toughness, like never breaking, never crying, never needing anyone. Well, I call bullshit. Strength is vulnerability. Strength is asking for help. Strength is getting back up when you swore you were done. It's telling yourself, this isn't how my story ends. And it's choosing how your life will turn out, even when you have no clue what the next chapter looks like. And you don't find strength by looking at how far you have left to go. You find it by realizing how far you've already come and giving yourself credit for surviving what you thought would break you. It's being grateful for the strength that you've had this far and for what you've gone through. If you're listening to this right now and you feel like you're out of fight, hear me. You're not done. You're drained. You're not defeated. You're tired, but you're not broken. This is your rebuild. And rebuilding doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the little moments, the ones where you choose to keep showing up for yourself. So start simple. Put the weight down. If putting the weight down means you spend a day in bed, then so be it. But remember, it's just a day, no more. Breathe. Regroup. Take care of your mind. Get quiet. Pray. Write it out. Cry it out if you have to. But feel it and let it move through you. Don't allow it to live there. It's just allowed to pass through. Then remember your why. Why you get up every morning. Why you fight so hard every day. That's what anchors you when everything else feels uncertain. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to do the next right thing for yourself. One step, one breath, one small act of strength at a time. You've been here before, and you've made it through. And you'll do it again, because that's who you are. You don't have to roar. You just have to whisper, not today. And that whisper, that's where the strength begins again. So you don't need to be unshakable. You just need to be willing to start again, willing to believe that there's still something left in you, because I know there is. So when you're out of fight, don't look for who you used to be. Look for who you're becoming because of this. You're not falling apart. You're rebuilding stronger. And you're going to be okay, even if right now it doesn't feel like it. If this episode hit home, share it with somebody who may need this reminder as well, because we're all fighting. And sometimes we just need to hear that we're not alone. I'll see you back here for the next episode of How I Unfucked My Life. I hope that you stay strong and have an amazing day. Listen, at the end of the day, it's simple. You either make excuses or you make progress, but you can't do both. If something in this episode hit home, then sit with it. Do something about it. And if you're serious about changing your life, start acting like it. And if you're not, well, that's on you. Life doesn't wait. I'll catch you next time on How I Unfucked My Life. And remember, nothing changes if you don't.